Thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com, home of technical analysis education in both the stock market and cryptocurrency worlds. See the links in the description of this video for more information on our two courses, Entries and Exits on the Fundamentals of Technical Analysis, as well as our new course on Trading Cryptocurrency Strategy. Purchase both and receive a 20% off bundle discount. Thanks for checking us out. Let's get on to the technical analysis. Hey everyone, doing a quick check back in on the big three. Also going to look at XRP, which is seeing some bearish action and just starting an oversold bounce. But in the video I did yesterday, looking at the big three, we were putting out the word of caution. The daily charts were seeing normal, healthy consolidation, but we didn't have a ton of support established in that range. So it would be very easy to pull back and lose significant percentages while still remaining in an uptrend overall. So we're still in that position. We broke a couple inside bars bearish. So an inside bar on the daily yesterday broke bearish on Bitcoin at 55.75, and the key support is now 54.55. If you are looking at altcoins and you want the bulls to show up, you want to see a break of Bitcoin 54.55 and money to leave Bitcoin in the big three and then to try and find other homes in the altcoins. As of right now, this is still a bull flag potential pattern. As long as we stay healthy consolidation, this is a parallel channel of support and resistance at the top of a very significant bull breakout. And this is just a rough drawing, but the parallel channel is healthy. If we break 54.55, that would be a clear bear break, no longer being a bull flag on the daily. But until we see that happen, as long as 54.55 holds, this is a potential bull flag looking for continuation. So it all depends on your time frame. If you're a swing trader longer term on the daily chart, you're not really selling just yet unless that level does break. If you're a shorter term trader, you sold long ago, as the other time frames we'll look at in just a moment gave signals. So again, support 54.55 followed by psychological levels 5,400, 53, 52, 51 down to 5,000. As you can see, this one-day candlestick here where we shot up from 4,800 to 5,400, we did not establish much support on the way up. 4-hour time frame, lower highs now, 3 lower highs and a couple lower lows. That's fine because it is still the bull flag pattern. And let's see if we can draw it a little bit more clear here, hitting a couple of these lower highs and these lower lows. So again, parallel channel, that looks much more parallel. That's what we're looking at here and watching to see if the bulls can get a breakout and break the lower high pattern to be looking at a new all-time high. And look at this low. If we break that low, we will likely break down out of this flag pattern. But this is one to be watching on the 4-hour because the bulls still have hope for new all-time highs as long as this channel does hold. So support right now, we have a bullish reversal candlestick on the 4-hour trying to be confirmed, seeing a little bit of follow through, not a ton of strength at this point. And looking at the hourly, it's a very similar attempt as the last time. We had the dump, a bounce attempt that lasted about 8 hours, another dump, we've got another bounce attempt for 10 hours, and we're going to be watching for potentially another dump. Resistance at 56.87. If we break that level, the bulls show up. If we see a breakdown, 55.25 and 55, or make that 54.55, the two levels of support to be watching. So that's how you zoom in and get more details. But really, the 4-hour time frame is what I'm watching and keeping a close eye on, as well as the correlation between the big three. Ethereum, let's start with the weekly time frame because we've been pointing out the equilibrium pattern since this candlestick right here where we rejected from 400. It's the all-time high, low of the pullback, lower high, higher low, lower high. Our new lower high is 350. We're looking to pull back and form a higher low anywhere above 202. That could happen at 320. That could happen at 300, 280. We're not sure. We have to watch the volume as an indication as to how much momentum the bears have on the way down. But as of right now, a clear weekly bearish reversal candlestick looking to pull back and form a higher low. And I just can't wait until this equilibrium pattern breaks because it's going to be so easy and such a clear break. It's going to be months in the making at that point, and traders are going to be all over it when that break does occur. Daily time frame, bear break and continuation. The clear bear break was 320, and the next support is 300 after that. So we don't have a lot of support where we currently stand. And then down, maintaining anything above 285 will maintain a higher low on the daily. We could pull down all the way to 290, and as long as it's above 285, higher low intact. 4-hour time frame gave a clear bear break when we lost this support here of 320. We had a bullish reversal hammer on the 4-hour time frame form. No follow through. Bears still strong. We had 8 red 4-hour candlesticks in a row. That has not happened often in the history here, well, at least in 2017 with Ethereum. So I am looking for an oversold bounce, but I'm being very patient due to the lack of support. Again, the candlestick here, we went from 301 to 330. We did not establish much support on the way up, which is making it easy for the bears to knock the price back down. Hourly time frame, lower highs and lower lows continue. Our new support is 313.22. It's not established at this point. If we break that, we're looking at 310 and 300. New resistance, 322.77 as our lower high. And you can see this hourly chart has just been lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Same story, back and forth, lower highs and lower lows. We did have a short-term hourly oversold bounce, but we're right back to hitting those hourly oversold levels. Might have to see the 4-hour RSI get oversold before the bulls show up on Ethereum. But at this point, that would require a drop all the way down to 300 in a very quick amount of time. So not sure we're going to get that, but I am still looking for a break of this lower high, lower low hourly pattern to indicate a bullish entry and to be looking for the momentum to shift back to the bulls, at least in the short term. But as far as the 4-hour chart is concerned, much more bearish than Bitcoin at this point, falling through. And again, the lack of support has us looking for further downside. But Ethereum is at the top of my shopping list because of the hourly RSI. And again, we look at Bitcoin, hourly RSI, nowhere near oversold. Now let's look at Litecoin, daily time frame, inside bar bear break. As soon as 62.33 breaks, that's a bear signal, and it allows to save for about 5% of downside at this point, because that's a clear signal to get out of a short-term bear break and seeing follow through. And if you're playing bearish, it's a clear signal to go bearish and make some profit. Support is 59.07 and 55.25. The 4-hour time frame, clear break was 62.06 and 62.33. We had a tightening range. The bears showed up, and it's been bearish action since then. The 4-hour time frame is nowhere near oversold. We do have some supports here, 59.07, then looking down at 58.40, 57.50, 55.25. So we did establish some supports on the way up that the bulls can look to on this pullback, but the hourly time frame, same as Ethereum, just lower highs and lower lows. The only difference right now is we're on the verge of a bull MACD cross because we didn't set a lower low just now. 59.07 support and then 59.50 support. And if the bulls can break 61, we have a higher low and a higher high and a bullish MACD cross to go along with it. So the bulls do have some hope. We have inside bars on the hourly time frame, and there's so many signals here to be looking at in terms of, RSI levels, MACD, inside bars. And we've got that alert service, crypto.chartguys.com. Looking really forward to the end of October. We're going to be releasing 5 new indicators on that alert system, as well as some more customization that can be done. So looking forward to that. And then we're going to be releasing a few of those indicators, our own proprietary blend of indicators that we've come up with that help us make profitable trades. So looking forward to sharing that with everybody. And again, just continuously adding to those alert systems and adding educational videos with explanations of what the alerts are, and just a steady process of adding content to that service. So Litecoin, 59.50, 59.07, 2 key supports, and resistance 61. Patiently waiting. Litecoin is closer to a bull break. You see on the 15-minute time frame, equilibrium pattern, tightening range, which is why we see that inside bar on the hourly. So I'm not interested in Bitcoin at this moment. I'm more interested in Ethereum oversold hourly bounce or Litecoin breaking the lower high pattern on the hourly. Depending on which happens first, will likely dictate which I play. We did have a nice trade on Litecoin this morning on this oversold bounce. When we dumped down to 59, we were looking at $60 support, and let's look at it on the 15-minute time frame. I entered partial position at $60. I entered a little bit more when we broke $60. I kept about 25% in cash to be cautious in case we saw further downside, but we didn't, and we bounced, and we saw the volume climax signaling the low at 59.55, and we bounced all the way to 61.97. I took my initial half profit at my target. My initial target was just $1, and that's because the bears had been so much in control that I didn't want to be greedy and look for more. You give me $1, that's fine. That makes my day. So I took half of my profit at that dollar mark, just underneath it, because I had to go live to cover the stock trading day. We had a wild day in the Canadian MJ sector, and if there's ever, again, I can't stress enough how having diversity in your ability to trade just keeps the opportunity coming. When cryptos are slow, if there's nothing much going on for the bulls in crypto and you're only playing bullish, look to other things, stocks, and the Canadian MJ had a big time opportunity, 10% plus opportunity on an oversold bounce today that we were all over. So Litecoin, that bounce, took half my profit at $1, just under $1, and then went live and set my break-even stop loss. Then when I checked back in, saw that we were up at 61.80s, and I took the rest of my profit at 61.80s and made my morning on that trade alone, and then just didn't force anything else as it was clear the bears were still in control as those gains were quickly erased. So where we stand now, patiently watching for a break of the inside bar on the hourly, a break of the lower high pattern on the hourly, and I'm not interested in playing it unless we get an oversold dump or a break of the lower highs on the hourly. Same story as Ethereum. XRP. So we have a dump here on the daily time frame thanks to Ben Bernanke, and he was at their conference talking smack about Bitcoin. And this is the result of that, the 4-hour time frame, about 8-9 red candlesticks in a row, and we're at 4-hour oversold levels. So we have dipped below 30 RSI in the past. It hasn't lasted very long, and that is an oversold bounce opportunity to be watching. But we're not confident just yet. So we do have the 4-hour RSI oversold. The next support down here, I'm looking at 21.64, and here we are down at 21.68. So we're right on support. The hourly time frame, trying to form a bullish reversal hammer. We have to see follow through and confirmation. It is a volume climax, but we need to see the bulls break 2-3 in order to break this lower high pattern and try and confirm this bullish reversal hammer. The hourly and the 4-hour is oversold. The 15-minute is not oversold. We are seeing the bounce begin to play out, and the 5-minute also seeing the bounce play out. 5-minute has to form a higher low and a higher high. So it is worth scouting an oversold bounce. We don't have a ton of confidence just yet that the bottom is in, but we are seeing the starting signs. If the 5-minute time frame forms a higher low and a higher high, we instantly have that much more confidence that our low is in and that hourly chart will confirm the bullish reversal candlestick. So XRP, bearish reaction to news, so to speak, and looking for a higher low on the daily to form. And again, short-term oversold bounce. We've already had some people flip and lock in their profit, but there is still some potential for further upside once we are confident that our low has been set, which isn't the case just yet because we are not confirming the bullish reversal candlestick. So keeping a close eye on XRP, and again, keep a close eye on all of those altcoins if Bitcoin does break this support, but we're not near breaking this support just yet. We have a lot of wiggle room before breaking out of this potential bear flag pattern, bull flag pattern, which does indicate continuation. As long as we are in this pattern, bulls are just a couple bullish candlesticks away from a breakout back towards the all-time high. So to sum it all up, we are bearish short term. We're not seeing significant downside aside from Ethereum, which has made significant bearish break on the daily time frame due to the lack of support. Litecoin is not far behind it in terms of the bear break, but Bitcoin, the leader here, is not seeing that much significant downside. So as long as that is the case, we will be looking at the potential for the bulls to show back up. I appreciate you watching, and we'll check back in the near future.